Oh, of course, yeah, yeah. Yes, I should have asked you to talk.
No, thank you.
Yeah.
One of your officers falsely wrote her a ticket for storing a car when they were speeding back in town. So you can talk to her.
Yeah, well, I told her to talk to her. I'm not gonna talk to you about it.
You also need to put stop signs up there. Laurel and Lyle.
Yeah, we've had that conversation.
Well, she's here to ask for a ticket for.
Why don't we start?
Thanks so much. I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Okay, if you say hi. Okay, is it okay for you to say hi?
Good evening. We'll get started in just about a minute. Good evening. I'd like to call the village board meeting, our first village board meeting in 2026, meeting of January 5th, to order. Would the village clerk, Manal Desai, will lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. Please stand if you are able.
Please rise for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I ask now that our village clerk, Manal Desai, please call the roll.
Trustee Pierce-Lovan is absent. Trustee Schechter? Here. Trustee Kimani Levy?
Here.
Trustee Robinson?
Here.
Trustee Iverson?
Here.
Trustee Lisa-Levy?
Here.
Mayor Tennis?
Here, and we have a quorum. I'd like to take a moment before we proceed to congratulate our colleague, Trustee Allison Pierce-Lovan. She is not here tonight. She is celebrating the birth of a new granddaughter. So we wish her and her family all the best. The next item on the agenda is the consent agenda. Is there anything that anyone would like to have removed from the consent agenda? If not, I would ask for a motion to approve. Moved by Trustee Kimani Levy, seconded by Trustee Lisa Levy. Any questions? Will the clerk please call the roll?
Trustee Schechter? Aye. Trustee Kimani Levy? Aye. Trustee Robinson?
Aye.
Trustee Iverson?
Aye.
Trustee Lisa-Levy?
Aye. Thank you. The motion passes. I'd like to also pause for two quick footnotes about our consent agenda. The first is I would like to recognize the first new appointees for what I will call the class of 2026. We appointed some new commissioners tonight. I know that our advisory board and commission members this evening. I see Clifton McReynolds in the back, and I see Howard Sproul. Mr. Eddie Oliveri, are you here? Well, let's give these gentlemen applause for their willingness to serve our community. We're grateful. So you're leading off the class of 26 this year. Thank you. The second footnote is I wanted to just take a quick moment to acknowledge the work of staff, the responsiveness of staff in agreeing to working on the research necessary to do the analysis that resulted in enhancing stop signs at a number of intersections in Skokie, enhancing existing ones and putting in some new ones. This board, from nearly the minute we took office, we have made safety on our streets in Skokie a priority. It will continue to be a priority, and I wanted to just acknowledge the work of staff that went into that important approval tonight that, again, was on our consent agenda. So thank you to our village manager and particularly our engineering staff. Police are involved in those analyses as well, so thank you. We now move into recognition, awards, and honorary presentations. So the next item is a presentation of the Artistic Excellence Awards. They will be presented. These are a function of our Fine Arts Commission. Mr. McReynolds was just appointed. He's the newest commissioner. But our chair, Ellen Blum-Barish, will present the awards tonight.
Good evening. So every year, the Skokie Fine Arts Commission has the honor and the responsibility to select an individual award of excellence for an artist who lives or works in Skokie, and also a group. And so we choose both, an individual and a group award. This year we have both, plus a little surprise extra something, which we will tell you about in a moment, and then another extra little surprise something. So, to that end, and I should add that these names are added to the perennial plaque at North Shore Center for the Performing Arts. So those names are there in perpetuity. So, we would first like to call up Joseph Felice. Am I saying your name correctly? I think that you should come on up. Yep. And as you come up, I will read a little something so that people know why we are inviting you up here. So Joseph is our selection for the Individual Excellence Award. Why don't you come and stand by me?
Start off with that.
You can stand here while I read some of your, a little mini background. Joseph's artistic vision in stained glass, sculpture, and mosaic works have become part of Skokie's identity. You are looking at one right behind our mayor as we speak. That is an example of his work. His work has illuminated village spaces, inspiring civic symbols, and enriching the public art experience here in Skokie. Among his most recognizable work is the Skokie Spirit stained glass window, which lives over the Oakton Street entrance of this very building. It has inspired the design of our new village seal, which you can see above the mayor's head. A lasting tribute to Joseph's influence is on the village's visual identity. Joseph also has been active in the sculpture park, contributing his own piece, which I did not know, called The Donor Tree. It's a sculpture called The Donor Tree. And for his decades of artistic achievement, public service, and enduring influence, Joseph's most deserving recipient of the Village of Skokie Individual Artistic Award. So, why don't you stand here until we recognize our group?
Would you like to say a few words?
That'd be great.
Would you like to say?
Oh, sure, of course. Thank you very much. Okay, good evening, everyone. Mayor Tennis, elected officials, and village board members. It is truly an honor to be here this evening. I would like to express my sincere thanks and gratitude to Ellen Blum-Barish and all the members of the Skokie Fine Arts Commission for selecting me as the 2025 recipient of this award for artistic excellence. I would also like to thank my many colleagues, mentors, and friends at the Village Hall for their support and guidance throughout my 37 years of service to the Village of Skokie. I first began working in the Skokie Public Works Department in 1976. That same year, I was introduced to the Skokie Fine Arts Commission when they acquired Skokie's very first piece of public art, a sculpture by Chicago artist John David Mooney, entitled Skokie Light Sculpture, located in the Village Green. That moment planted a seed for me, though I could not have imagined at that time that one day our village would be home to public art woven throughout the entire community. Over the years, I have been incredibly fortunate to work alongside so many talented, passionate, and generous volunteers. Their belief in the value of public art and its ability to enrich everyday life made it possible to transform shared spaces into places of creativity, reflection, and civic pride. What we have accomplished together was truly a gift to our community. The arts are alive and thriving in the village of Skokie. They help us tell our story, celebrate our diversity, and connect us to one another in meaningful ways. I am deeply grateful to have played a role in that ongoing story, and I'm excited to see the arts continue to grow and flourish throughout our village. Thank you again for this meaningful honor.
Thank you, Joseph. That was great. Those are beautiful words. Our second award is to a group. We believe that somehow they have Peter Siemens, are you here by any chance? Oh, we're so happy that you are here. We were not sure. We would have talked about you anyway, but it's so much better that you're here in the flesh. Come on up and join us. Thank you. Hi. So, stand. Okay, thank you. Seaman Violins is our group Artistic Excellence Award winner. They have been an artistic cornerstone in Skokie for many, many years. Do you know how many?
I've been here since 1989.
1989. That is no small thing. Serving the community well beyond its role as a string instrument sales, rental, and repair shop. Founded by Peter Seaman, it houses a hidden gem that I didn't know about until recently, which I'm embarrassed to say. But, well, okay, thank you for that. I feel better. But now I know, and I will let everybody else know. It's an intimate performance space designed by a world-renowned concert hall architect. Did you know this? I did not. The building also contains a large room lined with rows of violins, violas, and cellos, many of which are rented to students and performers, supporting music education and performance opportunities throughout the community. Just a mile east is the Chicago School of Violin Making, also something I did not know, which he just happens to be the president of on the board, and many of those, your employees are graduates.
Yeah,
and
all of them, actually.
all of them, okay, are interns of the school. And so they've gained hands-on experience before embarking on their careers with you. Who knew that Skokie may well be the violin-making capital of Illinois? Again, I didn't, now you know. Or maybe even through the country, right?
We're probably the country, yeah.
Probably the
More
country.
violin makers in Skokie than in any other city that I can think of. Yeah.
Did you hear that? Okay, you heard it here first, okay. Through its artistry, education, performances, and dedication to craftsmanship, Seaman Violins embodies the very spirit of artistic excellence in Skokie. So we're delighted to honor this with you. So, to that end, would you like to say a few
Yeah,
words?
just,
Okay.
thank the board and the Arts Council for this. And if you not familiar with my shop, if you don't play the violin, you can stop by anytime for a tour. I have 8 violin makers that work for me. We all make violins, violas, and cellos. And the school is, like you said, is in Skokie. I'm president of the board. It's a 3-year school. We have students from all over the world. There are 28 students in the school. And you could check that out and tour it too. And please check my website, Seaman Violins, for concerts that are coming up. We have jazz, bluegrass, and classical concerts. Thanks again.
I'm being summoned for photos, but before I come down, I have a couple of comments. First, I have to recognize my former colleague and dear friend, Joe Felice. What an honor it is, Joe. Joe and I worked together, and the chairwoman said it perfectly. Your eye, your vision, your fingerprints are around Skokie in a beautiful way. So thank you for that. And Mr. Seaman, we're grateful not only to give you this award, but for your decades-long investment in Skokie. So thank you so much. And I did know about it, because when I was in Meredith and Patrick's position, I used to promote your concerts. So anyway, I'll now come down for the photos.
Thank you. So we're going to take pictures, and then just hang on, we have another extra little surprise after our photographs, after the mayor and... You want to hold your, yeah. Hold your, oh, well, okay. Can we all squeeze in? Okay. Yeah, hold those prominently, yes. Having it all. Perfect. Patrick, did you? Okay. Okay, so we would also like to add this year, for the very first time ever, we've added a third special award. What are we calling it? A special?
Special recognition.
A special recognition. And so we would like to invite Nosy Thorne and Nosy Thorne's parents up to the podium. So that would be Desi. Is Desi, would you like to come up too? Yeah. Okay, Desi. So everyone, this is, am I saying her name?
Nosy.
Nosy or Nosy?
Nosy.
Nosy.
Yeah.
So this is Nosy Thorne. This is our first ever canine nomination. And the reason we could not resist this is because Nosy recently performed the role of Sandy in Music Theater Works' production of Annie. And it may or may not have been a coincidence that Music Theater Works was last year's group award recipient winner. So I don't know if the dog had anything to do with it, but probably maybe a little bit. But we could not resist the fact that this adorable dog has had many, many roles in musical theater, correct?
Yep.
In Skokie. And by the way, also on national commercials. Do I have that right? So national reputation as well as local, we couldn't resist. So we had to make sure we created a new special recognition award. And so to that end, it is a canine cookie? Is that what we're calling it? A cookie for canines? And so we want to make sure that that is an honor too as well. Would we like to have a picture with the mayor? Nosy is wagging her tail very happily. This is a happy dog. She knows what's going on. The lights are shining upon her. Okay. Okay, thank you. I know, right? Okay, and lastly, but not leastly, we would like to invite Commissioner Michelle Thomas up to the podium for our final recognition of the evening. Thank you all.
Good evening. Tonight, I am honored to introduce a Skokie resident who for 7 decades has dedicated herself to our village, not only by volunteering herself, but also by reaching out to fellow residents and encouraging them to be active, to make Skokie a wonderful place to live and thrive. Doris Lieberman has lived her life on the principle that helping others makes our own life richer and more joyous. She taught hearing-impaired students in Chicago Public Schools for over 30 years, taught Sunday school here in Skokie, volunteered at the Skokie Valley Hospital for 15 years. Doris recently volunteered on the focus group of Skokie's Strategic Planning Committee and actively campaigned to help elect our mayor, Ann Tennis. For the past 5 years, she has served on the Fine Arts Commission, where she is, inevitably and with a big smile, always the first person to volunteer for whatever needs to be done. Please join me in honoring our 97 years young Commissioner Emerita, Doris Lieberman.
Mitch, thank you for those kind words. I'd written something out and then I thought, no, I'm just going to tell you. I could have told you about the fact that I had library card number 12 when our library was in a little store on Oakton Street. I moved into this area with my husband and 2 little girls in 1956. I'm still in the same house. I gathered neighbors, young families, to vote for the bond issue for the Fairview School. And we all decided that we had to knock on the doors of senior citizens who no longer had kids in school anymore. And I said, well, we don't care what happens to school. And we pointed out to them why they should care. And I think all of you know that. And I could also tell you that, to bring you up to date, I pride myself on having a little discussion with our mayor. And I promised her that if she chose to run, I would make sure that I would knock on all the doors that I could and get people to help me to elect her. So I'm delighted that happened. So thank you for the honor. I want to say one more thing, and that is, quite often when people learn that I'm 97 years old, they say, what's the secret? And my answer is, participate in your community. Thank you.
I first spoke to Doris in December of 2020, as I recall. And I was working from home, as a lot of us were at that time. And she was among 3 new appointees to the Fine Arts Commission. And when I called her, the first thing she mentioned was that she was 92 years old. And I thought, what a marvel, what a marvel. Anyway, Doris, thank you. You set a model for all of us. We have one more exciting piece of business, and then we will take a very short recess. But we have 4 police department employees being sworn in this evening. I would like to now call on Bruce Rotner with the Board of Fire and Police Commission to swear in our new police officers.
I mean, really, how can I compete with a dog and someone who has number 12 as a library card, right? I don't know. Okay, good evening, everybody. I just want to take a moment to thank Mayor Tennis and our elected board of directors, trustees, John Lockerbie, our village manager, for allowing me to represent the Skokie Board of Fire and Police Commission and our chairman, Will Evans. I'd also like to thank the families and the friends of our new police officers who are here tonight. Your support tonight and throughout their careers will be important for the success which we know they will achieve on the department. They're joining the men and women of the Skokie Police Department, a nationally recognized department, and it's nationally recognized as one of the finest departments in the country. The department is under the outstanding leadership of Chief of Police Jesse Barnes, who's here with us tonight. You know, as a 39-year veteran of the Chicago Police Department, two thoughts always enter my mind when we interview these young people for these positions. And it's not a question we ask them, but it enters my mind, and it enters how I grade them. And the first would be, would I want to work in a beat car with any of these people? Would I place my life in their hands? And the second is this the type of person that I want patrolling around my family, my home, and my community? And for all four of these young people, the answer was a resounding yes, I would. So today you swear an oath to Skokie, its neighborhoods, its families, its future, to serve with integrity, fairness, and respect. And with that, let's see, who's our first victim here? Kylie Tondrick. Kylie? Okay. That's for you. Okay, Kylie, raise your right hand, please. Repeat after me. I state your name.
I, Kylie Tondrick,
Do solemnly swear that I will uphold the Constitution of the United States of America,
do solemnly swear that I will uphold the Constitution of the United States of America,
the state of Illinois,
the state of Illinois,
the ordinances of the Village of Skokie,
the ordinance of the Village of Skokie,
and the rules and regulations of the Police Department,
and the rules and regulations of the Police Department,
and the Skokie Board of Fire and Police Commissioners,
and the Skokie Board of Fire and Police Commissioners,
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties of a police officer
and I will faithfully discharge the duties of a police officer
to the best of my abilities.
to the best of my abilities.
Congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, don't run away. Okay, Kylie, this is for you, and then you need to sign this. Sign it and date and give it to the chief. Congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
Mr. Rotner, Officer Tondrick, would you please be kind enough to introduce your family and friends who might be here?
Yeah,
If you'd go to the microphone, just,
I'm sorry.
yeah, switch spots.
my mom and dad are here, my grandpa and his girlfriend, and my grandma and grandpa, right in the fourth row.
Thank you.
Good luck. Okay, Michael Bauer, step to the front, man. Okay, you got a personalized one there, Michael. Don't lose that pen, kid. Thank you. Okay, Michael, raise your right hand. Repeat after me. I state your name.
I, Michael Bauer,
Do solemnly swear that I will uphold the Constitution of the United States of America,
do solemnly swear that I will uphold the Constitution of the United States of America,
the state of Illinois,
the state of Illinois,
the ordinances of the Village of Skokie,
the ordinances of the Village of Skokie,
and the rules and regulations of the Police Department,
and the rules and regulations of the Police Department,
and the Skokie Board of Fire and Police Commissioners,
and the Skokie Board of Fire and Police Commissioners,
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties of a police officer
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties of a police officer
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
Congratulations, kid.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. You keep that. You sign this, date it, and give it to the chief.
Got it. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Good luck.
And Officer Bauer, will you please introduce your family and friends?
So I'm not from around the area. My family's from Southern Illinois, so I don't have any family here, but I'm excited to get to know the community and then thankful for my department and excited to get to know them as well.
Consider yourself among family.
Thank you. Next, Carlos Armas. You ready for this?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Carlos, raise your right hand. I state your name.
I, Carlos Armas,
Do solemnly swear that I will uphold the Constitution of the United States of America,
do solemnly swear that I will uphold the Constitution of the United States of America,
the state of Illinois,
the state of Illinois,
the ordinances of the village of Skokie,
the ordinances of the village of Skokie,
and the rules and regulations of the police department,
and the rules and regulations of the police department,
and the Skokie Board of Fire and Police Commissioners,
and the Skokie Board of Fire and Police Commissioners,
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties of a police officer
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties of a police officer
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
Congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
We're going to sign, date, and give to the chief.
Could you remind me of the date?
5 January. Do you remember your whole life, kid? Terrific.
Thank you, sir. Do I take this one too?
No,
Leave it here?
just leave it here. Give me the pen.
Officer Armas, would you kindly introduce your family and friends, if anyone is here?
So my parents are not here. They have their anniversary, which is today, so they are enjoying themselves.
Happy anniversary, Mom and Dad.
They're in the lovely European ambiance right now. But I do have a bunch of family that's here to compensate for them. A very big.
Oh, you all look at this. Well, it's my understanding that you're a homegrown recruit. Is
Yes,
that
ma'am.
correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And as such, our village clerk, Manal Desai, would like to make a few comments.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor. I just wanted to say a few words. Tonight's a proud moment for our village as we welcome a group of new officers reflecting our community's strength and commitment to service. One of them, who has grown up right here in our community, Carlos, it's meaningful to see you return to serve your community and the town you were raised in. I know your parents aren't here, but I'm sure they're super proud of you and probably watching. We congratulate you and your family, as well as all the new officers sworn in today, and wish you a safe and fulfilling career. Thank you to all of you.
Thank you.
There's another difference between Skokie and Chicago. I still have my pen. So. Okay, finally, last but not least, Kalen Acosta. Kalen? Man, I'd have to shoot you. You're a big guy. Okay, Kalen, please raise your right hand. I state your name.
I, Kalen Acosta,
Do solemnly swear that I will uphold the Constitution of the United States of America,
do solemnly swear that I will uphold the Constitution of the United States of America,
the state of Illinois,
the state of Illinois,
the ordinances of the village of Skokie,
the ordinances of the village of Skokie,
and the rules and regulations of the police department,
and the rules and regulations of the police department,
and the Skokie Board of Fire and Police Commissioners,
and the Skokie Board of Fire and Police Commissioners,
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties of a police officer
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties of a police officer
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
Mazel tov.
Thanks.
Okay, one more. For you, Chief, you're going to sign this, date it, and give it to the chief. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Officer
Thank you,
Acosta,
Madam Mayor.
congratulations. Is there anyone you would like to acknowledge, whether here or watching?
Yes, Mayor. So first, my fiance is joining us today, as well as my parents, my sister, and somebody that I consider a brother in the back. So,
Congratulations to all of you, and thank you for your service. I would echo what both Commissioner Rotner and our village clerk, Manal Desai, have said. You are joining one of the premier law enforcement agencies in the United States. We are grateful for the outstanding service that the Skokie Police Department provides to our community day in and day out. We look forward to your safe and wonderful careers, and we hope to see you back here as you rise up the ranks of our organization. Thank you again for your service. We will now take a break. We'll reconvene at 8 minutes after 8.
said your husband went to Niles Eastman.
Yes.
Yeah, about 10 years ago, there was some, we didn't know each other well, but there was some meeting you were at. So I went up to him and we talked for a while,
Oh, tell
connecting
me your name.
it. Jerry Cohen.
Oh, sure. I remember your name.
Oh,
Nice
really?
to see you, Jerry. Well, you guys have your 50th coming up this year. And he
No, it's
does.
the 20th, come on, don't.
Okay, we're a couple minutes behind schedule. My apologies. The next item on our agenda is public comment. This public comment and the one at the end of the meeting, they are for addressing the board in regard to items that are not part of tonight's agenda. Each person is allotted a precise 3 minutes. Please note that this is an opportunity to address the board, and thus the village board, we are listening and we will not respond. Speakers who comment during the first public comment period may not speak again at the second public comment period. And we do ask that all speakers provide their name. So who wishes to address the board? Sir.
Hello. Good evening, Mayor and trustees. My name is Jordan Campagna. I live on the 5000 block of Elm Street in District 4. I'm here to ask the board to reverse decisions establishing permit parking on our block due to a fundamental breakdown in the process, clarity, and resident trust. Residents were told that permit parking required a majority of support from the block. Residents were also told that if they had concerns, they should call by a stated deadline. That communication created clear expectation that feedback mattered and that resident input would be evaluated before a final decision was made. What actually occurred was very different. The original petition contained 20 signatures. After the village invited feedback, 6 residents called to object. 3 residents who had signed the petition formally requested that their name be removed. That reduced the active support to 17 households. A majority on the block required 19 households. So the petition is no longer reflected majority support. Importantly, several residents signed the petition later stated that they did not fully understand the impact of permit parking when they signed. During a phone conversation, village staff acknowledged that residents could reasonably have been confused. Despite this, staff stated that once petition initially met the threshold, the process would continue regardless of the withdrawn support, objections, or later clarification. That rule was never communicated to residents at the outset. The most recent letter sent to residents reinforces this concern. Instead of looking at whether there was still a majority in support, it focused on the fact that there was not a majority in opposition. The village treated residents who did not respond as not opposed, effectively counting silence as an approval. That shifts the standard entirely and makes the majority requirement meaningless. Since the installation of permit parking signs, the same vehicles that previously parked on the block continue to do so. That raises reasonable question about whether the program is actually achieving its intended purpose. And I've provided a document for you this evening, including photos taken on a typical weekday, which shows available parking throughout the block. I would ask you to take a moment to review the materials in front of you. This is simply not a disagreement about parking, as my time to put my kids to bed. This is not simply a disagreement about parking, even though parking on the block was never a problem. The real issue is that this decision has been framed as what is best for the block, despite absence of majority support, which has left all the residents feeling unheard. For these reasons, I respectfully ask the board to reverse the decision, pause enforcement, and require that any future consideration of permit parking on Elm Street be based on clear process that reflects current informed majority support. Thank you for your time, and I would welcome any opportunity for further discussion if the board believes that would be helpful.
Thank you.
I also have, for the record, too, I want to submit this.
If you kindly give it to Deputy Clerk Luke. Thank you.
Well, I'm Michelle Saran, and I just have 2 things. The first is I want to apologize for not coming sooner to thank our police chief, Jesse Barnes, for publicly thanking him for contacting me after I spoke at a summer meeting about my dog being poisoned by the commercial-grade fireworks set off by some neighbors. I want to tell you, I sincerely appreciate that you patiently spoke to me about the overall fireworks situation. You were honest about the issue, and you shared some thoughts about potential changes. I hope the village will support efforts to bring this problem under control, because the commercial-grade Noise alone triggers PTSD in veterans, leaves many children crying in their beds at night out of fear, not to mention the baby monitors and other devices that my neighbors told me were activated. Secondly, I want to fully support Jordan's comments. I don't want to take your time to repeat what he said, except that most of us were not aware of that there were even permit fees and guest limits, which is a burden when you have a home where you have several visitors or caregivers and other people coming daily for older people. But I do hope you will appoint someone to follow up with him on this issue soon. We did vote for the much-needed change regarding transparency and proactive communication with the village residents. I felt that was happening when I met with Chief Barnes, even though several people told me, don't expect to hear back from anybody or see changes. I'm glad they were wrong, and I told them so. And I hope the village is sincere in doing the same regardless of the issue, whether it's parking or anything else. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Lauren Gradnicki, and for the next several meetings, I'm going to talk to you about energy. There are 3 different ways people use this word. One is a physical definition, which has something to do with motion. One is a political definition, which is basically how do we get our stuff to work? And the other one is about motivation. As far as climate change goes, that first one is the important one. But actually, a lot of the stuff that we do to make our machines work feeds into the physical definition of energy. So in terms of the physical definition of energy, so far I haven't actually given it to you, and I'm not going to. But different types of energy are light, and when I say light, I mean any type of electromagnetic radiation, whether it's X-rays, infrared, radio, the stuff we can see. Heat. The working definition for heat is the energy of moving atoms or molecules. Chemical potential energy is the energy that's stored in molecules, and it's actually, when we talk about political energy, or we refer to oil or natural gas as energy, we're talking about breaking apart those bonds and releasing the potential energy and creating heat, usually. And then there's kinetic energy, which is the energy of motion, and that's the main goal of doing all the other types of energy. So switching gears a little bit, this is the solar radiation budget of Earth. This is the incoming light from the sun, and this is what gets sent back out. This part is reflected from ice and clouds and just bouncing off the atmosphere. And then this is heat energy that's escaping. And if you add them up, you'll notice that it's a difference of about 1, and that's a rounding thing. It's really more like 0.6. And what are these units here? This is watts per square meter hitting the Earth or getting radiated by the Earth. And it turns out every square meter of Earth is getting an extra 0.6 watts, which, if you work out the numbers, that's about 0.18% of the incoming radiation that gets trapped here in the atmosphere. And that doesn't sound like a lot, but over time, it adds up. Every second, it's getting added and trapped here. And as I talked about in a previous comment, we've messed up the carbon cycle. So that energy is building up in the troposphere, which is the lowest part of the atmosphere where all of the weather happens. And it's the part where we breathe and live and even fly our airplanes. This energy that's getting built up is increasing the temperature. Yeah, see, I'm not even going to make it through this slide, but I will start here next time. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello. My name is Matt Shereen. I live on the 5000 block of Elm Street. Also wanted to speak in full support of what Jordan and Michelle both said. So there probably will be some redundancy on my part, so apologies for that. But yes, my comment is in regards to the decision to put permit parking signs on the block of 4900 to 5000 Elm Street. My wife and myself and my several neighbors feel that the decision to add to these signs has been convoluted and ultimately unfair. It's my understanding that in September, when the petition first circulated to put the signs up, 20 of 35 homes signed in favor, creating a majority. However, multiple homes who signed have said that they were incorrectly given the impression that signs would only be for the east side of the block, and 3 people immediately revoked their signatures. Additionally, one person who signed for their home was not the homeowner, and thus the homes actively in favor of the parking signs was 16 of 35, not a majority. When we contacted the appropriate office and spoke with a gentleman by the name of Eric Sanchez, we were told that the 14 homes who had not signed the petition in favor were treated as not being actively opposed. But it seems to me that that's similar to saying that someone who didn't vote is automatically in favor of the current administration, which is just not logical or fair. An additional mailing in December also made mention of the fact that there was not a majority in opposition to the signs as a justification for putting that up. But that is contrary to the original language of the petition, which called for a majority in favor of the signs. The majority of our street is not in favor of these signs, and so we would request that the decision to put the signs up, which has happened, would be overturned and the signs would be taken down. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good evening. Happy New Year. I'm not here tonight to restate the safety hazards. Those have already been documented repeatedly before this board and multiple village departments. I'm here to place formal notice on the record that these hazards remain uncorrected: blocked ingress, egress, non-compliant single exit configuration confirmed by NFPA, toxic exposure to daycare children, unauthorized entries into a residence, and refusal of police services. The village has now engaged outside legal counsel during these meetings, which reflects the seriousness of these issues and removes any claim that continued inaction is the result of confusion or lack of guidance. With outside legal counsel now advising this board and the village, continued inaction is no longer uncertainty. It is a conscious decision. Finally, Skokie's Code of Ethics requires independence of judgment, transparency, avoidance of conflicts of interest. When safety enforcement is overridden, lawfully requested subpoenaed records are withheld by legal and administrative leadership with the knowledge of senior management, and decisions repeatedly prioritize private developer interests over resident safety, including actions taken to shield prior decisions and avoid liability rather than correct known hazards that raises serious ethical governance concerns. I'm requesting and asking this board to ensure an independent review and corrective action before further harm occurs.
Please take your signage with you, Mr. Shah. Thank you.
We start with 3 minutes, not 2 minutes and 59 seconds. Those are the rules.
If you begin speaking, I'll start it, and after a couple seconds. fair compromise. Good evening. My name is David Dalka, representing 9330 Laurel. I wish everybody a happy new year, even those trustees who promised to meet with me in December but never did. I encourage you to meet with me before the next board meeting. Ms. Levy, Ms. Schechter, Ms. Slovin, who promised to meet with me before the new year but didn't. Mr. Iverson, especially because of the technology committee issues involving the fact that 9330 Laurel doesn't have livable third-tier wage country internet at this time. It needs fiber. Just 3 blocks away at 9300 Lawler, there is 5 gigabyte up and down. The reason this is this way is because the two gentlemen who masquerade as the village management team currently, after me talking to them in 2018 and 2019, wired parts of the village so it served their household, but not us. That's an ethics violation. This speech is my filing of an ethics violation against John Lockerbie and Nicholas Weil for their immediate dismissal from this jurisdiction. I need fiber internet in my household. I need Mayor Tennis to apologize for your ridiculous, outrageous attack of me on December 1st. I need you to show up at my house and do what you promised as a candidate to do the things that are there. Lastly, I welcome Mr. Elrod. Your experience working with other well-run villages, and the list is very long, where the governments are responsive to the people, care about their outcomes, care about quality of living, don't have a decrepit hellhole of rats because of decades of neglect of forestry, is welcomed and sorely needed, sir. I welcome you here. There's a mess in this village, and it's called corporate governance is non-existent. I attended almost every single commission meeting during the month of December. Not a single item I brought up is on tonight's agenda. Not a single commissioner reached back to me to talk about what they were going to do with the village management team to fix these problems. It's a joke. You spent your year, lady, picking new people for the commissions. You don't even have the right commissions. Niles and Morton Grove have a joint water commission. Given the nightmare that occurred in this village on February 14th, 2025, that's there. Lastly, I want to say Ms. Shore was laughing and snickering at Mr. Imran Shah's comment, and I'm appalled by that behavior. And we need an upgraded village standards, property standards immediately. Thank you.
Okay, we will close public comment. The next item on our agenda is the report of our village manager, John Lockerbie.
Thank you, Mayor Tennis and village board members, and good evening, everyone. Item A on my agenda this evening is regarding a downtown tax increment financing rehab program grant for 5118 Oakton Street for the Hummingbird Hideaway. Hummingbird Hideaway, a new restaurant featuring acai bowls, is the new tenant or business of 5118 Oakton Street. And I think everyone's familiar with acai, but just in case you're not, it's a purple fruit, excellent bowls for various meals, including lunch. And I have to admit, there's a lot of people in the neighborhood and in the community that are excited about having the opportunity to have acai for lunch. And so we're excited about this proposal this evening. So they were planning to convert an 1,800 square foot space within the High Point at 8000 North building right across the street from Village Hall. The unfinished state of the space requires significant investment, estimated at $356,000 for occupancy. Hummingbird Hideaway will be completing a full build-out of the space, including concrete floor, drywall and framing, kitchen drop ceiling, paint, full electrical, plumbing, HVAC, sprinkler, fire alarm, security system, insulation, carpentry for the counters and built-in shelving. There's paint and wallpaper, a counter for bar seating, and of course, ADA bathrooms. Staff recommends that the village board approve a downtown Tax Increment Finance, or TIF, Rehabilitation Program Grant, not to exceed $45,600 for the build-out of this space to house Hummingbird Hideaway. Grant funds will be transferred on a rebate basis following completion of all work, proof of payment to all contractors, and actual operation of the new business. I concur with staff's recommendation and respectfully request board approval.
Thank you. I'd ask for a motion to concur with the recommendation. Trustee Robinson, is there a second? Trustee Kamani Levy. Questions or comments from the board? Trustee Schechter.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Mr. Lockerbie. This sounds like a good project. Just for the purpose of everybody here, including the public, do we know that they've secured the other funding? Because ours would be just a very tiny piece, not, maybe just a little over 10% of it.
So Carol White, our Economic Development Coordinator, has been working directly with the ownership. And Carol, if you want to respond to if you'd come to the podium and respond to the question. And if you'd like to introduce the owner as well.
Good evening, everyone. Amy, you want to come up? This is Amy Feldman, the owner of Hummingbird Hideaway, and I can answer for her, but yes, she has secured the funds to do this project.
And what's your time frame on the project?
We're anticipating around May 1st.
I'd like to note that I've had the pleasure of meeting Ms. Feldman before, and she is a Skokie resident. So it's always really wonderful when a member of our community invests like this in our community. So thank you.
Thank you.
Can't
Yep, I graduated from Niles North. My mom went to Fairview, so long time history in Skokie.
Wonderful. Other questions? Trustee Robinson.
I just want to thank you again for investing in our vibrant, or adding to our vibrant downtown in Skokie. And wanted to just ask you, what's your most exciting thing about the project that you anticipate?
Yeah, absolutely. So I moved back to Skokie, downtown Skokie, about 5 years ago, maybe it was 6 years ago now, right before COVID. And my neighbors and I and everyone were waiting for things to come to downtown Skokie. And it's one of those things where instead of waiting, I really wanted to do something to bring something to downtown Skokie, something that would be fun for the community, a place to gather, a place to kind of reset, refuel, and have a healthy lunch or snack. And so really my intention is to bring kind of the vibrancy to downtown Skokie, and especially because I reside here as well.
Cool. Thank you so much, and good luck.
Thank you.
Other questions? Thank you. Any comments from the community? If not, will the clerk please call the roll?
Trustee Schechter?
Aye.
Trustee Kimani Levy?
Aye.
Trustee Robinson?
Aye.
Trustee Iverson?
Aye.
Trustee Lissa Levy?
Aye. And the motion passes.
Thank you so much.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Item B, C, D, E, and F were approved as part of tonight's consent agenda, and that completes my report this evening.
Thank you, Mr. Lockerbie. The next item on our agenda is the report of our brand-new Corporation Counsel, Mr. Stephen Elrod with Elrod Friedman. Welcome,
Well,
Mr. Elrod.
Thank you, Mayor. Actually asked the mayor if I could have just a minute before I started my report. This is my first meeting. Brand new in Skokie, maybe not brand new in a career. But I do want to, just for a quick minute, thank the members of the village board, the mayor, the village manager, for the trust and the confidence that you have placed in me and in my law firm. I want to thank the selection committee for recommending me. I am honored and I am deeply privileged to be able to serve as your corporation counsel, and I look forward to working with Barb Mangler and the members of the corporation council staff. I look forward to working with your village staff. I look forward to working with you, with the members of the village board, to serve the village of Skokie. And with that, here's my first Corporation Council report. There are actually 3 items on my report, 2 of which concern the McDonald's restaurant property at 5362E and were approved by you earlier on tonight's consent agenda, and that leaves 1 remaining item, and that concerns the property at 8201 Skokie Boulevard, a piece of property that is currently owned by the village. The action item tonight is to dedicate a small strip of property by the village as property owner to the village as a municipal corporation for the purposes of expanding the public alley right behind the piece of property. This was presented and discussed at your December 15th village board meeting, and it's on tonight for final action. There's an ordinance on the agenda for approval as second reading.
Thank you. Is there a motion to approve and adopt the ordinance approving the plat of dedication for a portion of the property located at 8201 Skokie Boulevard? Moved by trustee Lissa Levy. The Levys have it. Second by trustee Kamani Levy. Any comments, questions from the board? Okay, any comments from the audience on this matter?
I raise to speak about item 11B, which should be open for public comment.
I'm sorry, we've moved past that, and it was on the consent agenda.
It is open for public comment. The stop signs have not been installed at Laurel and Emerson. And
Mr. Dalka.
There was a woman here that was here to speak. You ran this meeting so long with this.
Mr. Dalka, please sit down. You've had your time for public comment. We have moved on.
This is an item that has to be open for public comment.
Mr. Dalka, sit down, please. Okay, any comments from the community on this matter? Okay, there being none, will the clerk please call the roll?
Trustee Schechter? Aye. Trustee Kimani Levy?
Aye.
Trustee Robinson?
Aye.
Trustee Iverson?
Aye.
Trustee Lissa Levy?
Aye. Thank you, and the motion passes. Complete your report?
That completes my report, Mayor. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Elrod. Okay, the final item on our agenda is public comment. Again, those who spoke at the initial public comment, it's once, and it's either the first or the second. Is there anyone who has not addressed the board? Mr. Salganek.
Good evening. I'm sorry. My name is Eugene Salganek. Some of you probably know me already from my last board meeting, where I said an unfortunate comment about the downtown area, and I apologize. However, here's my question, and this question is probably for Mr. Elrod. Where do we stand with the hotel? Are there any changes? Is there anything that's taking place? Because when I tried to contact somebody, I forgot his name, forgot this gentleman's name. He was here at the last meeting, and he was given specific instructions not to speak to me. I don't know why. I mean, it shouldn't be a big secret, I don't think. But in any event, if you could please comment on the hotel situation.
Mr. Salganek, we had an extensive report about that issue at the last village board meeting.
Right.
Mr. Lockerbie has your number. He will call you in the next day or so to discuss.
Okay. No, and the only reason is it's not about anything else besides the fact that I have some great ideas about the hotel situation.
I would expect you would.
Of course.
So, thank you. And Mr. Lockerbie will be in touch.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Salganek. Mr. Sproul, one of our new commissioners.
Greetings, board members. I'm Howard Sproul, and I'd like to say to all my friends, both new and old, that gave me their confidence for this honor to serve. Let me express my deepest thanks to all of you. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Sproul. Okay, there being no more further public comments, a motion to adjourn is in order. Trustee Kamani Levy, second by Trustee Lissa Levy. Will the clerk please call the roll?
Trustee Schechter?
Aye.
Trustee Kimani Levy?
Aye.
Trustee Robinson?
Aye.
Trustee Iverson?
Aye.
Trustee Lissalevy?
Aye. And the meeting is adjourned.